We're going to whittle it down to the final 11. Would that be the Elite 11? Warren gives me permission to use that, the Elite 11. Super Stock, get them ready. Super Gas, you should be in the lanes. I see a lot of you. I don't know that I see all of you. Super Gas, need your lanes, please. Super Gas to the lanes. Well, we played It's a Beautiful Morning this morning by the Young Rascals. I guess I need to play Misty for me now, huh? I'm not going to do it. Although there was a good Clint Eastwood movie. Yeah, it looks like we got just a little bit of mist out there. Something must have upset Mother Nature this morning. She got a little mist in her eyes. So we're going to hold everybody here for just a moment, see what Mother Nature does with this mist blowing over. I want to remind everybody the second Racers for Christ non-denominational chapel service this morning, 9 o'clock, coming up in just a few minutes up in the Jegs Suite. Second of our two Racers for Christ non-denominational services. Just a few minutes up in the Jegs Suite here in the tower. Again, holding on for a moment or two, see what Mother Nature is going to bring for us. All right, checking in with everybody located along the racetrack. Looks like we are good to go. Luke Ubelhar, number 2 qualifier. His drag pack challenger going to make the bye run at 23 cars. I stand corrected. I said there were 22 a while ago. Super Gas, you should be in the lanes, paired up and ready to go. Super Gas, if you're not there, you're late, you're tardy. You're MIA. You're AWOL. You get the idea. Super Gas needs you to the lanes, please. Super Gas pairing. Needs you to the lanes, please. All right, Luke's going to do his burnout. He will motor on down the racetrack. He will come back as part of the final 12 cars. And Luke just kind of cruises on down the racetrack. Looks like he may have had a little water in the rain gutter there. Eric Capolito and Chris Stevenson rolling in. Stevenson's D-Stock automatic. Firebird in on a 1076 style. Capolito in that 4-door luxury ride, the Chevrolet Caprice, in on 1170. Couple of bulbs difference on the tree, right at a second handicap start, give or take a couple of ticks. Stevenson's going to give a head start to that big old heavy Chevy there on the left-hand side. He's going to be trying to track him down, that 400 cubic inch Firebird. First edition bird, 68 model over here on the right. Classic old bird. Green lights a pair and away we go. Capolito off and running. Stevenson off and running. Super Stock needs you to the lanes now, please. Super Stock needs you to the lanes. 1076. Stevenson gets the win at 119, 1168. By Capolito down at the other end of the racetrack. Super Stock needs you to the lanes, please. Super Stock. Round number 2. Come on down. Super Stock to the lanes, please. Tom Russell's stick shift 350 Camaro. Taking on Ken Witcher's automatic 350 Camaro. High-tech LT1 fuel injected left side. Carbureted old school 350 on the right. Witcher gets the handicap start. Witcher trying to hold off Russell. Top end, coming. Not going to get him. 11:23 dead on 3 by Witcher. 10:29.9 on a 10:32 dial by Russell. His day is done. His weekend is finito. Ken Witcher gets to come back. Joey Wilkes up in another late model Pontiac. This time the LS powered entry over there on the left. 10:48 the dial. Donnie Peeler's stick shift Corvette out of Kentucky. 6 ticks. Handicap start. Second gear. Third gear. High gear. Corvette running. Starting to look out the window. Sizing up Joey down at the top end. Coming. Got him. 10:51 on the 10:48. 11:12 on the 11:08. 9 thousandths of a second margin of victory for Joey that time. He gets to keep on keeping on. Brianne Philbrick up in that little R stock automatic 76 Monza. 13:37, and again, young lady gets to go first. The runner out of Vineland, Ontario, Canada. Be off and running. Dave Conkey's 78. Z28. Going to be giving chase. There goes David. There goes Brianne. Little small 262 combination. V8 and a Monza. Cruises on through, and the lady gets another one. 13:36 under by 4 under 13:37. 12:10 with a 4 on a 12:12 dial. David Underbite, 16. Brianne gets the win. 11:20 to a 15:56. Pole Hills. Escort going to be off and running. There goes Steve. Zach's got to wait, go. Here comes 340 cubic inches, a 72 Plymouth Barracuda. Steve's out in front, just in the radio, just in the mirror, checking things out at the stripe, going to be getting the win. 15:64 at 84 miles an hour, taking the win and the stripe by 3 thousandths of a second. Zach Ross has to go back to work tomorrow and say, I lost to an 82 Ford Escort. Ouch. Gary Russell, Alan Hollingsworth rolling in now. GMF bodies a pair. The 73 Firebird on the right. Gary Russell, 67 Camaro on the left. Russell on a 1080. Hollingsworth on an 1124. There goes the bird. Here comes the Camaro. 4-speed, 67. Gary Russell slapping it into high gear. Heading for the other end of the racetrack now. Can he catch Hollingsworth? Yes, he can. 1081 on a 1080. 11:23.9. Hollingsworth on his 11:24 dial. Takes the stripe by 12 thousandths of a second and breaks out by 1. That's enough to make you say, dag nabbit, down at the other end of the racetrack. MJ Quinn and TC Morris rolling in now. TC on the left, number 6 in the points chase coming in this weekend. Got the Pontiac GTO. The body and the car coming out of Australia, rebadged for sale here in the United States as the Gran Turismo Olivagato, otherwise known as the GTO. 2004, 2005 body style. Neat cars, just never caught on with the public. MJ Quinn off and running. The 85 Camaro out of Louisville. The Derby City covers machine. MJ out in front. TC, though, at the stripe catches him. 1092, 117, 1123.7 by MJ. He breaks out by 3. That is 3 cars that we've had in this session. And if they dial down 1 more hundredth of a second, they'd be coming back rather than loading up. Rick Rondes, drag pack challenge, 5.7 drag pack, taking on the 350 Copo Camaro. That's a new school Stockers duking it out. Rondi on the right, Darren Poole Adams, your number 1 qualifier on the left. Whoops. Ricky trying to get a little tricky even before the trees activated. And your number 1 qualifier keeps on keeping on. 1040 at 109 miles an hour. 1247 by Rondi, and he's probably saying dag nabbit along with a few other words down track. Craig Marshall rolled in this weekend, number 5 in the points chase. He's up now in his 74 Dart Sport, taking on McFarland's stick shift LS1 powered Pontiac Firebird. 10:05 to an 11:11. Marshall gets to go first. He'll be headed down the CoglinBrookCars.com side of the racetrack and looking over his right shoulder, looking for the nose of that bird. Here comes the bird. Doesn't have to worry about the nose. Craig Marshall's win light, green light, ding, 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 winner, winner. Chicken dinner light already on. Caleb McFarland goes 009 red, then runs dead on 3. That'll make you say words like dag nabbit. 11:27 by Marshall, 100 miles an hour. But Caleb's red, Craig's green. He gets the win and keeps on going. Dick Kincaid and Steve Zornig. Steven comes into the race this weekend, number 2 in the points chase, trying to chase down that Terry Nagel feller. Kincaid over on the left-hand side, the 327, 67 Chevy 2. Zorney's a 360 Dakota. Handicap start to the Dodge. There goes the Dodge. Here comes the Chevy. Zorney, shift light on, slams it into high gear. Now looks over the shoulder. Where's Dick? Where's Kincaid? Kincaid's coming. He's right there. 11:22 to 113. There's another case. Dial down one more. 12:02 the dial for Zorny. Runs 12:01. Got there, took the stripe, and breaks out by 100th of a second. Aaron Allison, Dave Pazik, final pair up B-stick. LT1, 4-speed Firebird, 440. Torque Flight, 68 Plymouth GTX. Over here on the left-hand side. There goes Dave. $10.84, Pazik taking out Allison. $10.84.4 on a $10.84. $10.33.5 on a $10.33. David was holding 14 thou when they left the starting line. Picked up one more before they got to the finish line and wins by 15 thousandths of a second.